Football Friday night, Westridge versus Science Hill, sponsored by Food City.
Hello and welcome to Kermit Tipton Stadium, Steve Spurrier Field in Johnson City, Tennessee, where tonight we have the Region 1 6A opener between the visiting Westridge Wolves and the homestanding Science Hill Hilltoppers. It is Football Friday night presented by Food City. Welcome inside the stadium alongside award-winning sports director Kenny Hawkins. I'm Casey Marler, and Hawk, let's start with Westridge. What do they have to do to get a win here at Steve Spurrier Field and improve to 1-0 in league play?
Well, first thing they need to do is they need to get that tape from Anderson County to see what happened last week, all right? The next thing they need to do is they need to make Science Hill one-dimensional, and that means we want to force you to throw the ball. We have not seen Science Hill throw the ball downfield. They've been a running team, so that is what Westridge needs to do to Science Hill.
And let's start with the Toppers. What do they need to do? Also coming off a difficult loss a week ago at home in a game that really means a lot when you consider only 5 league games throughout the season.
All right, don't throw anything at me, okay, because Science Hill needs to get the Daniel Boone tape, okay? Westridge didn't score a point last week. I mean, really, we're talking about almost 2 identical teams. They don't throw a lot. They like to run the football. In fact, one of the running backs for Westridge was our player of the week just a couple of weeks ago, had about 400 all-purpose yards. So this is a team that likes to grind it, pound it on the ground.
Yeah, a lot of running. The clock could be moving tonight. Yeah. 2 teams that love to run the football. Well, let's head down field side to the third member of our broadcast team. Kelly Grossfield caught up with Science Hill head coach Stacy Carter before the game. Kelly, what did Coach Carter have to say about tonight's contest?
Casey, Kenny, I told Coach Carter to put me in, but realistically, the keys of the game are going to be no turnovers. It's something him and Coach Hilton both shared. Both of these teams are also very young out here on the field. They've only played each other once before since Westridge is a really new team. So really, they're just focusing on no turnovers and playing the game with these really young teams out here. Now, this is the first time Westridge is playing on Science Hill turf, so he is hoping that that is going to be an advantage in this game. Overall, the atmosphere could not be better. Science Hill, the stands are packed. Same over with Westridge. These are huge schools with huge fan bases. So there is a lot going on. And you know, a fun little fact, even though Stacy Carter is the head coach over here at Science Hill, I've been told that his son actually plays over at Westridge. So this might be a little personal battle here on the football field. But again, the atmosphere is amazing. No turnovers, young teams. This is the conference opener for Region 6A, so this is an important matchup, and both of these teams are coming off losses from last week. Science Hill had a strong win in the beginning of the season, but those losses from last week are something both of these teams will be thinking about going into this matchup. For now, I'm going to toss it back to you guys up there. Casey, Kenny.
Kelly, thank you very much. We'll be checking in with you throughout the game. Both teams are on the field, and we are just about set for Football Friday night, presented by Food City, Science Hill, Westridge. Both teams, Kenny, coming into the game 1-1 on the year. Both teams with wins in week 1, decisive wins in week 1, and what a big win for Science Hill on the road at Elizabethton. Westridge took care of Volunteer. Each had difficulties in week 2, but that's the best part about high school football, right? Because all the talking is over. Now it's time for the 2 teams to take the field, and we will get this game underway.
You know, one of the best things about these 2 football teams is the fact, too, that these were non-conference victories. This game tonight is big for both teams because it is a conference game, and this really sets the tone for the rest of the season. So this is a game that you really do not want to – you don't want to lose anyway, but this is one of the games you definitely don't want to lose.
Yeah, we mentioned only 5 conference games. Science Hill 5-0 in league play last year. Westridge 8-2 overall. Their only 2 losses to Science Hill and Dobbins-Bennett in 2021, their first year as a football program. And by the tiebreaker, they ended up with the 2nd seed and a home game, won that first game, and ultimately lost to Maryville.
You take a look at Westridge. They only had 1 loss last season. Early in the year, and that came to Science Hill.
Max Turman with the kickoff, and we are underway here inside Kermit Tipton Stadium, and a nice return by the Westridge Wolves, and they will take over on the 27-yard line after a great return to open the game.
You know, I think he carried Science Hill for at least 5 yards. I mean, they had him at the 25, and he got to about the 28. Just continue to move his feet, and that's something that West Ridge is going to have to do all night.
Quarterback for the West Ridge Wolves, just a sophomore, Trey Frazier, a big, strong, athletic player, can also play free safety, although he is a quarterback, and that's what you're going to see tonight. That bunch formation by the Wolves, they try to pound, and they go straight to the ground and straight to junior running back Dylan Joyner with a nice gain right up the middle, and he picks up 4 yards on the play. That'll bring up a 2nd and 6.
Just get those big hogs up front. You need to get them lathered up, get that sweat going, because you're going to need them this entire game if you're West Ridge, and that's exactly what they're doing.
You know, we talked about the youth movement on both teams, but some big-time players on Science Hill defense have played a lot of football. Guys like Derek Smith, Devin Medina, a captain, number 42, and a pre-snap penalty will back West Ridge up, and that's what Coach Justin Hilton talked about. He talked about limiting mistakes. And when you're a team that runs the football like West Ridge does, you have to stay on schedule. 2nd and 6, 3rd and 3, and a penalty like that can really set your offense back.
And I can't really blame that on crowd noise. It's not so loud that he couldn't hear the signal or the call from the quarterback. So, yeah, that's something that I guess we'll just mark off as just being anxious.
Brings up a 2nd down and 11. Once again, the bunch formation. And that is Caleb McLean in motion. They give it once again to Joyner, and he is wrapped up on the play. A nice job filling the gap there by the Science Hill defense, and that will bring up a 3rd down and 9.
Nice little dive inside. They faked the pitch out to Caleb McLean coming around the outside and gave it inside, as you mentioned, to Dylan Joyner, and that's going to set them up with a 3rd down and about, 8 yards? 8 yards for a 1st down.
Call it 3rd and 8, not exactly where West Ridge wants to be. Nice job by Stephen Famoyan to come in from his cornerback position and make that tackle on Joyner. 3rd down, they go end around, and they get a nice modest gain by Drew Odom, but that'll bring up 4th down and 5 after a pickup of 2. And that will force a punt, a 3-and-out by Science Hill.
And that's exactly what you want to see as a defensive coordinator for Science Hill is, bend a little bit but don't break, and now you're turning the ball over, see what they can do on offense.
Caden Puck back to punt for West Ridge, and he gets the boot away. A fair catch is called for and made by Science Hill, and that is Tyler Moon. With that, a fair catch. Let's go to commercial break. Food City presenting Football Friday Night here from Steve Spurrier Field. We'll be right back.
Behind every Food City meat and seafood counter is a highly trained, certified butcher. Our butchers offer special orders, custom cuts, and even entire meal recommendations. In fact, you'll be so impressed with our butchers, you'll be asking yourself, what can't they do?
Huh, I bet he'd be great at wrapping presents.
Okay, well, maybe not that. But at Food City, our butchers make almost everything better.
Shopping for a new ride? Know this. Johnson City Ford is closing out our summer with a huge pre-owned sale. We have over 400 pre-owned vehicles available, and I've got them priced right. These vehicles look like new, drive like new, and smell like new. And most of our pre-owned come with a lifetime powertrain warranty. Unlimited miles, unlimited time. Buy from us and you're forever covered. So hurry to Johnson City Ford today for the best selection, because these vehicles in this summer sale won't last long.
You're watching Football Friday Night presented by Food City. Science Hill and West Ridge, the Toppers with the football. 1st and 10, and Jason Schwartz at quarterback for the Toppers.
2 in the backfield. Gives it right up the middle. Great hole.
Javin Chester, the quicker of the 2 running backs. Micah Dukes should also see action tonight, but it's Chester with a nice gain, a pickup of 8 on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 2.
Chester finding a hole right under that center and right up the middle. And speaking of that, we'll get that here in a second. Schwartz in the backfield.
Toppers go up top. And a nice grab between two defenders. That's Tyler Moon with a great reception, and that is a Watauga Orthopedics first down on the big play. We talked about both teams' ability to run the football, but Jay-Sean Schwartz with the big completion to Tyler Moon. Moon, a captain on this football team, one of the undisputed leaders.
Look at this run. I didn't think anybody was going to decide to tackle him as he gets all the way down to the 5-yard line. And, hey, listen, I think Butter, as in Schwartz, is out to prove me wrong. He put that ball in the air. We talked about it at the beginning of the game. He needs to throw the ball a little bit more, not become one-dimensional, and he proved it just a moment ago.
Watauga Orthopedics first down will bring up a 1st and goal on another big run by Chester. This time the Toppers go to Micah Dukes inside, and a nice job by the interior of the Westridge defensive line making the stop there for a short gain. That'll bring up a 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line.
Of course, one of the things I wanted to talk about, because they're running right up the middle, right behind Kellen Hensley. Remember, he had to sit out the last game because of the hit in the first game against Elizabethton. So he is back from suspension.
4-year starter.
Good
right
haul.
up the middle, and a touchdown for Science Hill. Javin Chester from 8 yards out opens the scoring with a Johnson City Ford score. Toppers lead it 6-0.
And, I mean, he went right over the left side. I don't even know if he was touched as he took it into the end zone. He got to the hole quickly and got it into the end zone for the touchdown. Great blocking, really, on that first series for Science Hill. You couldn't ask anything more from that front line.
Max Tarrant on for the extra point after the Javin Chester 8-yard touchdown run.
And here you take a look at the replay. He goes to the left side and scores.
East Tennessee Rental replay. The Javin Chester touchdown, the Turin extra point. Toppers lead it 7-0. You're watching Football Friday Night presented by Food City.
Hey, Dustin here with my favorite dog, Tucker, to show you these great deals at Friendship. We have 800 used cars in stock as low as $6,000. And at Friendship, you get a lifetime warranty and a 7-day any reason exchange on new and used vehicles. Nobody beats Friendship. We're dealing.
Absolute Granite and Cabinetry is your one-stop for kitchen and bath. We can turn your ideas into the kitchen and bath of your dreams for both new construction and remodeling. We offer one of the largest selections of granite, marble, quartz, and quartzite with over 70 colors in stock that can be custom cut and polished to your specifications. Absolute also has a wide selection of semi-custom cabinetry that fit your decor and budget. Enjoy your kitchen and bath like never before with the help of Absolute Granite and Cabinetry.
Hey, Dustin here with my favorite dog, Tucker, to show you these great deals at Friendship. We have 800 used cars in stock as low as $6,000. And at Friendship, you get a lifetime warranty and a 7-day any reason exchange on new and used vehicles. Nobody beats Friendship. We're dealing.
Football Friday Night presented by Food City, Science Hill, and Westridge. The Toppers lead it 7-0, and what an impressive drive right now. There you see the Johnson City Ford scoreboard. Toppers lead at 7-0. An impressive drive on the ground with the big play. Schwartz to Moon, the big pickup on that play.
Which was really surprising everyone, especially West Ridge. I don't know if that was in the scouting report that you would see Schwartz put the ball in the air, especially go deep to Moon, who made, let's be honest here, the pass was actually a little short. Moon made an incredible comeback catch on that ball.
Nice coverage by Westridge on that play. Tyler Moon, an athlete, talking to Stacy Carter today, and he just raves about Tyler Moon's abilities. He was caught behind some really talented athletes the last couple of years, has waited his turn. His teammates look up to him, and it's nice to see him having such a great start to his senior year. 1st and 10 as the Westridge Wolves tried to answer, had a couple of nice offensive plays, but a penalty stopped that drive, and now some personnel issues will force Trey Frazier to call a timeout. A timeout on the field. We'll keep it right here as the Toppers lead it 7-0. We'll stay right here, Kenny, and we talked about the game being an offensive grind, and so far advantage Science Hill.
It is, and, you know, there is nothing more frustrating than a head coach than when you have a TV timeout and then you get back out on the field and you have to take another timeout because somebody is not in the right position or not on the field, and that's the case for West Ridge. I mean, obviously, you can't take them with you, but you don't like to use them this early with 7:37 gone in the first quarter. Toppers right now doing everything right. Even defensively, as I mentioned earlier, they bent but did not break and forced West Ridge to punt the football, and then they took it down the field and scored. So we'll see if the Wolves can answer Science Hill's first drive on offense.
Great student section. It's Western night here inside Kermit Tipton Stadium. Huge crowd on the Science Hill side as we look across the way to the West Ridge side. Great student body support here, and it is a perfect night for football. Trey Frazier has him back under center on a 1st and 10 and a flag on the play. And once again, West Ridge having a hard time getting out of the block, so to speak. And that penalty will once again back them up 5 yards. Illegal procedure penalty. Not the kind of start head coach Justin Hilton wants.
No, I mean, he told us this week one of the things that they had to cut out was penalties. And just on this series alone, we've already seen 2 coming out of a media timeout. So maybe they can get things going now.
So here we go now, 1st and 15 from the 15. Frazier under center. Man in motion, straight up the middle, and a nice surge this time by the West Ridge offensive line. Noah Tipton, Jerry Kirkpatrick, Josh Seto, Trent Tatum, and Ashton Waller getting some push there, and a nice gain on that play. We'll bring up a 2nd, and we'll call it 10.
Yeah, pretty much got back to the line of scrimmage. One thing that you don't want to do is you don't want to put yourselves in long 3rd down situations, much less 2nd. So you don't need to get it all right here, Casey. All right, just get about 5 or 6 and then worry about it on 3rd down.
2nd down and 10 for the Wolves from the 20-yard line. Toss sweep to Odom. Odom gets a block, but he's swarmed under by the Topper defense for a short gain. Coming up to make the stop on that play is senior safety Derek Smith. Pick up a 5 on the play, a 3rd and 5, and that's more manageable, a place Westridge wants to be. 3rd down and 5 for Westridge. Opening quarter, 6:30 to play here in the first quarter. The Science Hill Hilltoppers scored on their first drive to take a 7-0 lead. It is now 3rd down and 5 for Westridge. Frazier boots, and he is swarmed under and tackled. Tried to get the ball out into the flat, but a nice job defensively by Kevin Amwa, and the big loss on the sack will force another punting situation for Westridge. So they got to the 3rd and 5 like they wanted, tried a little bootleg action, but the pressure just too great for Frazier, and he swarmed under.
As you take a look at the replay, he just beats his man off. You got an interior lineman trying to beat him out there. That's not going to work because Amwa is just too fast, and he gets to the quarterback for the sack.
East Tennessee Rental replay showing exactly what kind of pressure Trey Frazier was under. And there's the punt, and it is stopped right there at the 42-yard line. Let's take a break. Science Hill leads it 7-0 over Westridge. You're watching Football Friday Night, presented by Food City.
We love food. It's our thing. You'll notice it all over the store, like how our certified butchers stamp the time your meat was ground, not just the day. Nobody does food like Food City. This week, save on Food City Fresh Lean Ground Chuck, $3.99 a pound for 3 pounds or more. Family or Jumbo Pack Boneless Chicken Breasts, $2.99 a pound. Sliced watermelon quarters, 79 cents a pound, and more.
Value every day, Food City.
Watauga Orthopedics is leading the way to lower-cost expert orthopedic care, and we're making it easier to access with walk-in clinics in Bristol, Johnson City, and Kingsport, and a new virtual clinic available nights and weekends on your mobile device or computer, from wherever you are. And we will soon open the region's only center for advanced bone and joint surgery, offering the benefits of outpatient orthopedic surgery. When you need convenient access to expert orthopedic care, experience the Watauga way.
You're watching Football Friday Night presented by Food City, live from Science Hill High School, Steve Spurrier Field, and Kermit Tipton Stadium, as we are ready for Science Hill's second drive of the game, and they'll start this one with great field position, Kenny, on the 40-yard line.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is give any team, but you don't want to give Science Hill a short field, especially the way they went down the field on the first possession, and quickly they hand it off.
Handoff to Micah Dukes, and he swarmed under. Great job defensively
Good defense by Dylan
the
Joyner.
West Ridge defense. Joyner was there, the middle linebacker, the team's leader in tackles. Also coming up to make a play, Jesse Barnes, big Jesse Barnes. A nice job there stuffing the outside contain, and no gain for Micah Dukes. That brings up a 2nd and 14, a loss of 4 on the play. As Schwartz looks to the sidelines for his final instruction, and this time they once again go to Dukes, and once again a nice job of penetration leading the way. Sawyer Tate and
Carson
the inside
Abbott
of West Ridge defensive interior. I do see middle linebacker number 34, Dylan Joyner's helmet popped off. He has to go out for a play.
Yeah, he'll go out for a play. It looks like there is a flag on the far side of the field. I'm not really sure what that is, but Carson Abbott got in there quickly to make that tackle. Now they're picking it up.
Looks like they're ready to wave off that flag here. A little bit of communication issue here, and we'll see exactly what is happening. Give West Ridge's defense a lot of credit. Gashed in that first drive, but came back here in the second drive, and so far have done a nice job keeping Science Hill off schedule, 3rd and 16.
Yeah, in fact, catching Science Hill in the backfield on that last possession just a moment ago, as I mentioned, Abbott getting in the backfield quickly. And I'm still not sure. I'm wondering if there's a time they're trying to correct something on the clock, because I'm still not sure what the officials are talking about. Now they're shaking hands. So that one is a little weird.
Must have been a while. You know,
exactly.
It's still early in the season. Everybody getting to see each other again.
I mean, I've never seen walk over and shake the coach's hand, so not in the middle of a contest. I don't see the clock moving, but looks like they were checking on something on the clock.
You know, this is just one game of many on the schedule tonight all over East Tennessee. Join Kenny along with Nick Dugan for Touchdown Friday Night. Tonight, highlights, scores, reaction, all coming up. It's Touchdown Friday Night tonight at 11 o'clock on News Channel 11 and ABC Tri-Cities. We're ready to get back. The flag has been picked up, and it's 3rd and 15 for the Toppers. Schwartz back to pass, looking once again to go deep. Has a man, and it is high-pointed and caught inside the 5-yard line by Emmett Watson. Watson catches the football, and that puts Science Hill inside the 5-yard line.
I quit. I said he couldn't throw the football, or he hasn't thrown the football. Another one, he puts it in the air, enough loft on it. You got a quick enough wide receiver that gets behind the defensive guy and comes down and catches it. A little bit like his dad there, former Science Hill quarterback JJ, who used to play the same position years ago.
Yeah, Watson broke free. Once again, good coverage, but not good enough as the Toppers are knocking on the door once again. You got Moon in the backfield, and Moon over the right side. The Wildcat formation is a touchdown for Tyler Moon and the Science Hill Hilltoppers, and Johnson City scoreboard now reads 13-0 with the extra point forthcoming. And so far, Tyler Moon having a nice game, and Jay-Sean Schwartz also throwing the football well early on.
Yeah, I don't know if they still call it the Wildcat, but that's pretty much what he was in. He took the snap and then went over the right side and had nothing but pay dirt into the end zone.
Turn in for the extra point. And the extra point is up and good. 3:56 to play. Science Hill leads at 14-0 over West Ridge. You're watching the Football Friday Night high school football game presented by Food City.
I'm Mark Matto, and I want to thank our customers for making the Sleep Zone Mattress Centers the Tri-City's #1 mattress store. Top name brands, 0% financing, and always free delivery and setup. The Sleep Zone Mattress Centers, locations in Johnson City and Kingsport.
At Local Orthodontics, we take pride in crafting beautiful smiles for all of our patients. We offer traditional braces and hidden treatment options, Invisalign and InBrace. Our state-of-the-art technology ensures an accurate fit to make your treatment customized and comfortable. Your dream smile starts at Local Orthodontics.
I'm Dr. Marshall Jewett, and I'd like to invite you and your family to our orthodontic practice in Johnson City for a complimentary evaluation.
Local Orthodontics, smiles crafted by Dr. Jewett.
I'm Mark Matto, and I want to thank our customers for making the Sleep Zone Mattress Centers the Tri-City's #1 mattress store. Top name brands, 0% financing, and always free delivery and setup. The Sleep Zone Mattress Centers, locations in Johnson City and Kingsport.
Welcome back. Football Friday night presented by Food City. This week featuring the Science Hill Hilltoppers and the West Ridge Wolves right here on ABC Tri-Cities. Live high school football on a picture-perfect night for football. Great crowd on hand inside Kermit Tipton Stadium. A real festive atmosphere. Great student body support. Both bands will be performing at halftime as well. So it is a great showcase here in Johnson City. Region 1 6A high school football, the largest class in the state of Tennessee. And these two teams, playoff teams from a year ago, are doing battle in the region opener. And the kickoff is fielded and fair caught by West Ridge, Sawyer Tate, and that's where the Wolves will take over. 1st and 10, trying to get something going in the early going. That's actually Levi Bachman who fair caught that kickoff there. And Westridge trying to get something going offensively. They've had some nice offensive plays, Kenny, but penalties have backed them up, and they're just having a hard time getting out of that hole. Yeah,
a little surprising, that the fair catch. I mean, maybe he's an up man, and they said don't run it. But it wasn't a great kick. It was a short kick by Science Hill, obviously, if the ball is at the 24-yard line.
And Coach Hilton talked about limiting mistakes, and that has not happened in the early going with his young football team. There's a nice offensive play and a pickup by Joyner of about 6 yards, and that will make it 2nd and 4, a place Westridge has been a couple of times so far early on in this football game, but penalties have backed them up. The good news for the Wolves is they are seeing production offensively. The offensive line is getting some movement up front.
Yeah, one of the things that we have not seen with West Ridge, and that's them put the ball in the air. I don't know if they have thrown it yet today. I mean, everything has been running the football. There's another one, and this one's going to be all Joyner that does this because he was stopped going up the middle. Then he breaks it to the outside, picks up enough for the first down.
Yeah, we're talking orthopedics first down for Westridge, their first of the game, and right now it's a heavy dose of Dylan Joyner, the junior running back, also linebacker, can really do it all. Tough kid and the kind of guy you like to build your football team around. 1st and 10 for Westridge on the 36-yard line. Trey Frazier in the bunch formation. The wing bone, we used to call that back in the day, and the toss sweep. For a short gain, Caleb McLean hit hard on that play by Science Hill's defense.
Medina, Funky Cole, takes him down right there.
Devin, a all-conference selection for a year ago for Stacey Carter's Science Hill Hilltoppers, one of the captains, one of the undisputed leaders of this football team. Coach Carter just raved about his 4 captains, Moon and Medina. We've seen a couple of those captains making big plays so far early in this game. Still a pickup of 2, 2nd and 8 for Westridge. As they continue a drive late here in the first quarter, McLean breaks a tackle, and he's upended by the Science Hill Hilltoppers, Jacob Julian, coming up strong on that play, and we're seeing some hard-hitting football here. Julian says, don't run to the man, run through the man.
Exactly. And you knew it was only a matter of time that they were going to give it to McLean, pitch it out to him, because they faked it to him several times and taking the ball inside. Once again, West Ridge finds itself in a 3rd down situation, not as long as the ones earlier.
3rd and 4 for West Ridge from the 41-yard line. The fake, and there's a boot, and the throw downfield to a wide-open receiver. And it's a race to the end zone. Carter Sanders with the big play down to the 10-yard line. Sanders getting more playing time due to the injury to Carter Osborne, making the most of it. A nice gain, and you had mentioned Westridge not throwing the football. A couple of good running plays, drawing the linebackers and safeties, and they hit him with a big play.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. When they started, I really thought it was a broken play because the quarterback and the running back almost ran into each other in the backfield, and then, of course, he found his receiver downfield.
A minute to play here in the first quarter. Right back to the ground game they go, and it's Dylan Joyner stacked up on the interior of the defensive line. Nice play defensively for a short gain for Westridge.
This might be the last play of the first quarter. Well, no, they're going to get it in.
Yeah, a little bit of a difference.
Yep.
And a stoppage of play, perhaps looks like an equipment issue there by Sanders, so he has to go out after that big play and gives everybody a little time to catch their breath. A new play clock, 38 seconds to go here in the first quarter in what has been a very entertaining first quarter, Kenny Hawkins.
It has been. I mean, you know, you're talking about two teams didn't score many points last week. Science Hill scored late in their contest against Anderson County, and, of course, West Ridge didn't score any points against Daniel Boone.
Frazier under center, some movement. Give the ball to Odom. He's got some space. He cuts the ball upfield inside the 10-yard line, and that will take us to the end of the first quarter. It will be a 3rd down and 5. Westridge can still get a first down without scoring a touchdown, but with under 10 seconds to play into the first quarter, that's the way the first quarter will end. It has been a good one here at Kermit Tipton Stadium. You're watching Football Friday Night presented by Food City. Science Hill leads it after 12 minutes of play, 14-0. We'll be right back.
We love food. It's our thing. You'll notice it all over the store, like how our certified butchers stamp the time your meat was ground, not just the day. Nobody does food like Food City. This week, save on Food City Fresh Lean Ground Chuck, $3.99 a pound for 3 pounds or more. Family or jumbo pack boneless chicken breasts, $2.99 a pound. Sliced watermelon quarters, 79 cents a pound, and more.
Value every day, Food City.
Watauga Orthopedics is leading the way to lower-cost expert orthopedic care, and we're making it easier to access with walk-in clinics in Bristol, Johnson City, and Kingsport, and a new virtual clinic available nights and weekends on your mobile device or computer, from wherever you are. And we will soon open the region's only center for advanced bone and joint surgery, offering the benefits of outpatient orthopedic surgery. When you need convenient access to expert orthopedic care, experience the Watauga way.
You're watching Football Friday Night presented by Food City. Casey Marler alongside News Channel 11, ABC Tri-City Sports Director Kenny Hawkins. Live high school football here on ABC. After the first 12 minutes, we talked about offense, and maybe there were some difficulties, Kenny, last week putting together some offense, but we have not seen that problem tonight.
No, we haven't, especially on Science Hill's side. I mean, and I think really the big difference has been able to throw the football. It has gotten them downfield on each possession in which they scored. And then, of course, you got West Ridge, who doesn't throw it that much either. They threw it downfield, and it's got them right now looking at a within the 10-yard line possible touchdown.
3rd down and 5. West Ridge can still get a first down without scoring a touchdown. Frazier under center. Joyner behind him. The ball given to McLean up the middle, and he is very close to a first down. It looks like he is going to be just short. He has to be inside of the 5-yard line, and it looks like he's just outside of the 5-yard line. It's decision time for Justin Hilton.
No, he's like you, the Nebraska guy. He's going to go for it. I can tell you that right now. You're down 14-0. No reason to kick it. It's a matter of inches. And the way these guys have been keeping their feet grinding, I think they have a lot of confidence that they can pick this first down up.
What a big play early in this football game. Frazier under center. The quarterback sneak with the push, and Frazier nearly gets into the end zone to pick up a 4, and a Watauga Orthopedics first down for Westridge. It's 1st and goal.
See, that is an unappreciated play, okay? Not just because of the position, all right? You just don't see too many quarterback sneaks. I mean, you go straight and then you go off the left or the right side, whichever one the hole opens up. And the one thing I like about high school, you get under center. You get up under that butt, Casey. Not in college where you get back in a shotgun. I just hate that.
You're giving up 2 yards before you even start the quarterback sneak. Get under there and let your big uglies get to work. That's exactly what Westridge does. Another quarterback sneak with a push, but this time the Topper defense equal to the task, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and goal. Let's quickly go down field side. Kelly Grossfield, what do you have for us, Kelly?
Well, Casey, Kenny, it is exciting here on the Toppers sideline, especially since they're up and we just started the 2nd quarter. So far, so good for the Hilltoppers. I just want to show you this student section right fast because it is amazing. It's Western night here. Take a look at this. We have a packed stadium right here. And the Hilltoppers are doing amazing. Maybe it's because of all the support they have, not only from this crowd, but from the cheerleaders. So we're following everything on the sidelines. We did have some excitement over here in the Westridge end zone, but right now it's the Toppers game. I'm going to send things back to you.
Westridge. We're going to take a timeout with Westridge right now. They have it 2nd down and goal from inside the 1-yard line. You're watching Football Friday Night, presented by Food City.
Behind every Food City meat and seafood counter is a highly trained, certified butcher. Our butchers offer special orders, custom cuts, and even entire meal recommendations. In fact, you'll be so impressed with our butchers, you'll be asking yourself, what can't they do?
Huh, I bet he'd be great at wrapping presents.
Okay, well, maybe not that. But at Food City, our butchers make almost everything better.
For nearly 60 years, we've prided ourselves on providing the Tri-Cities area with the latest construction equipment the industry has to offer. With new equipment arriving daily, East 10 Rentals has everything for construction, landscaping, or do-it-yourself projects around the house.
At East Tennessee Rentals, we got what you need when you need it.
You're watching Football Friday Night, presented by Food City, live Region 168 football from Kermit-Tipton Stadium in Johnson City, Tennessee. The Science Hill Hilltoppers entertaining the Westridge Wolves. 10 minutes to go here in the 1st quarter, and Westridge knocking on the door, Kenny.
Well, Science Hill's trying to figure out if they got a goal line stance in them. I mean, we're talking about 2nd down in inches. We've already seen 2 quarterback sneaks. It wouldn't surprise me if we get a 3rd, to be honest with you.
Frazier right up the middle, the push behind the big offensive line, and a touchdown for Westridge as the Wolves are on the board. A very impressive drive here for Westridge.
Yes, it was. And once again, pretty much sparked by a pass down the field to Carter Sanders, who was brought down around the 10-yard line. And then from there, Frazier and the rest of the Wolves worked themselves into the end zone.
Caden Puck on for the extra point, and Puck knocks it through the uprights to cut Science Hill's lead in half. Let's take another time out here. Science Hill doubling up Westridge here. 9:58 to go in the 2nd quarter. You're watching Football Friday Night, presented by Food City.
The last time you saw us, we were putting a pool in at a Forever House.
Or so we thought.
Things change, life happens. Decision came up to put in a new pool, and no other decision could be made except Brooks Malone. It's the total package with Brooks Malone.
As we were building our house, we decided we really wanted to invest in the pool. We reached out to Brooks Malone, and from the day we started to the day that they finished, the experience couldn't have been better.
And I'll tell you this, when David and Holly tell you they're going to do something, take it to the bank.
Call Brooks Malone today to discuss your backyard dream.
Is it jewelry? Think Dempsey's Jewelers. Family-owned with custom designs from your creations that are one of a kind. Name brands like Levion, Benchmark, Simon G, and more. Repairs made right here in our store. Master goldsmiths, diamond experts, and artisans, all with customer service as our first priority. There's no better way to say it. If it's jewelry, think Dempsey's Jewelers.
And we are live here at Kermit-Tipton Stadium. All smiles on the Hilltopper faithful fans' faces despite the Westridge touchdown to cut the lead in half. Science Hill still leads at 14-7, Kenny.
And they should. As you mentioned, they're still on top 14-7, getting ready to take over on offense again. So far, their last two possessions, they've been hard to stop, and they're going to try and see if they can do it again on this third one.
It's Western night here in the stands for the student section at Science Hill High School.
Is that what it is?
I
just thought everybody dressed. I thought everybody dressed like that. I mean,
thought they were going honky tonk.
That's how I come out every day.
That's
So
right.
I just thought they did it like I did it.
That's right. Kenny in his cowboy hat.
That's all right. Don't forget them chaps too. Now, all right.
Caden Puck getting ready to tee it up. Having a great time here. A crowd continues to file in here. It is a perfect night for high school football. Puck puts the ball in play, and it is caught by Derek Smith inside the 15-yard line, and that is where Science Hill will take over 1st and 10 following the impressive drive by Westridge to make it a 14-7 game. Johnson City Ford scoreboard score right now with 9:58 to play here in the first half. Science Hill 14, Westridge 7. And after we talked so much about both teams running the football, it's been really not only the pass, but the deep pass, the big play that's allowed points on the board for both teams.
Yeah, really both teams. I mean, Schwartz has basically thrown it up and allowed his wide receivers not only to run under it, but go up and get it. As you mentioned earlier, the defense by Westridge has been pretty good on both plays.
Inspired offensive line play right up the middle. Micah Dukes, a pickup of about 5 yards before he's brought down by Jesse Barnes. Barnes with a couple of nice plays defensively for the senior so far here in the first half.
I have to say, I mean, really both teams, especially the last series with the Wolves, I think the play calling has been right on target. You know, basically see what you can get on first down, make it a short 2nd and 3rd down, and that's what Science Hill has done.
Option play to Dukes, well executed, but brought down short of the first down marker. That'll bring down a 3rd and short for Science Hill. Really well executed. We haven't seen much two-back offense from Science Hill. In the Elizabethan victory, it was a lot of one-back offense with Dukes and Chester switching out. And this week, we're seeing both in the backfield at the same time with Schwartz, and it's causing some problems for Westridge defense.
Yeah, and of course, you know, now you don't have Schwartz into the game. And you're right. I mean, it's first of all, it's hard to prepare sometimes for one quarterback, especially it gets harder when you have to prepare for two.
Toppers did get the spot for Watauga Orthopedics first down, brings up a 1st and 10, and this time, once again, it is Jesse Barnes equal to the task. A short gain, if a gain at all, for Micah Dukes will bring up a 2nd long with 8:38 to play here in the first half.
Schwartz back on the field now after they pick up this after 2nd down, 2nd and 9.
Schwartz with flanked backs to his right and left. This time back to pass. Throws out in the flat, and it is completed. And a nice gain before being run out of bounds. A little pitch and catch. Stephen Famoyan on the receiving end of that Jason Schwartz pass. That'll bring up a 3rd down, but a manageable 3rd down for the Toppers.
Good pass, good catch. Chester might want to get down after taking that 2nd lick, all right? You pretty much on the sidelines. Go ahead and step out of bounds, but you're right. It is a 3rd and short now for Science Hill.
Stoppage of play here on a 3rd and 4 from the 30-yard line.
Somebody got blood on the jersey.
It looks like they are making Famoyan come out of the ball game here.
Yep. They're sending in Josiah McGann to the opposite side, so that must have been what happened.
3rd down, and we'll call it 4 for Science Hill. 7:43 to play here in the 2nd quarter. Jason Schwartz fakes. This time it's a quarterback draw. Shows that athleticism, hops to the outside, and he's run out of bounds, but not before he picks up a Watauga Orthopedics 1st down to keep the sticks moving.
I'm a little shocked we really have not seen him run more in this game tonight. I mean, he's clearly the fastest kid out there. I mean, without a doubt. I mean, just a couple of ticks faster than me, but I'm just shocked he hasn't taken the ball more times than we've seen him.
Couple's a loose term.
It's
It's
real loose. Yeah, it's real loose.
That's right, little swing pass to Moon. Moon's got the edge. Look out. Moon's got great speed, and he is hauled down by Sawyer Tate on the Westridge side of the 50-yard line. Another Watauga Orthopedics first down, and Moon continues to have a great first half.
Yeah, and I don't know if I'm going to sell him short. He's just as fast. So great move right there. A lot of that was just all him.
And a little bit of tempo here by Science Hill. Got Westridge on their heels a little bit. Dukes now breaks into the secondary, keeping his legs going, and he's finally brought down on the play by Carter Sanders, who had the nice offensive play. There he makes the tackle, but not until the Toppers get another Watauga Orthopedics first down.
That is a great example of lightning and thunder. Not thunder and lightning. Lightning and thunder, okay? Because you go with Moon and Schwartz, and then you bring in Duke for the thunder.
And if it's not broken, why try to fix it? Go back to Dukes, a pickup of a couple on that play. Nice job by Joyner filling the hole. I'll tell you what I like about Joyner, Dylan Joyner playing with that big club on his hand.
Oh, yeah.
Linebacker. And he's playing running back, finding a way to hold on to that football. Got that hurt right hand, but it's not stopping him from playing great linebacker. As I mentioned earlier, leading tackler for Westridge, and this time Chester is hauled down after no gain, and that'll bring up a third down.
Yeah, basically that was a host of Wolves that brought him down right there. Nowhere to go for Chester.
All in all, a relatively clean football game through the first quarter and a half. A few early penalties, but we talked about that before the game. You got young players, big game, road game for Westridge, a couple of pre-snap penalties. Chester breaks into the clear, and he's hauling defenders all the way into the end zone. Javin Chester into the end zone for a touchdown. What a run by Javin Chester.
Listen, let me tell you something. That's one of those where basically he took the defensive guy for a ride. As we take a look, watch here, picks him up. No, that's the play earlier where Westridge.
That's the one that made him mad.
Exactly, that they stopped him and nowhere to go. But, yeah, that play right there, he had the guy on his hip for at least 10 yards running with him into the end zone. Yep. I mean, they could have had a conversation as they were, look, man, I'm going to score this touchdown. I mean, you can either fall now, you can run into the end zone with me. That's kind of how it was.
Trying to end for the extra point, and it is up and good. On the heels of a Javin Chester touchdown run, Science Hill leads it 21-7. We'll be back with more high school football here on ABC Tri-Cities right after this.
Shopping for a new ride? Know this. Johnson City Ford is closing out our summer with a huge pre-owned sale. We have over 400 pre-owned vehicles available, and I've got them priced right. These vehicles look like new, drive like new, and smell like new. And most of our pre-owned come with a lifetime powertrain warranty. Unlimited miles, unlimited time. Buy from us and you're forever covered. So hurry to Johnson City Ford today for the best selection, because these vehicles in this summer sale won't last long.
Watauga Orthopedics is leading the way to lower-cost expert orthopedic care, and we're making it easier to access with walk-in clinics in Bristol, Johnson City, and Kingsport, and a new virtual clinic available nights and weekends on your mobile device or computer, from wherever you are. And we will soon open the region's only center for advanced bone and joint surgery, offering the benefits of outpatient orthopedic surgery. When you need convenient access to expert orthopedic care, experience the Watauga way.
You're watching Football Friday Night presented by Food City, Westridge, and Science Hill here on ABC Tri-Cities. Our Johnson City Ford score right now with 5:47 to play. 21-7 is our Johnson City Ford score as you take a look at the Johnson City Ford scoreboard to reiterate visually, Kenny, what I am saying, and what we are witnessing is a great offensive display by Science Hill, both run and pass.
Yeah, after last week's games for both teams, I think everyone's surprised that we've already had 28 points scored in the first half. Science Hill, basically offensively, they just don't look like they're stoppable right now. And maybe West Ridge has kind of gotten things going in the right direction following that last possession.
Sawyer Tate calls for the fair catch and is awarded that fair catch on the 24-yard line, and that is where West Ridge will take over as they try to match the offensive explosion here in the first half by Science Hill. West Ridge scored on their last possession with a nice dose of run, setting up a play-action pass for the big play. 1st and 10, West Ridge with 5:46 to play. And the wing bone set. Oh, Robbie Norris made the wing bone famous there at Sullivan North. And this time it is McLean carrying it around the right side on a play Coach Norris will be proud of for a nice pickup. And good enough for a Watauga Orthopedics first down for West Ridge.
Great run by McLean, taking over the right side, following his blockers, and then hitting the hole with a burst and allowed him to pick up the first down on the play.
Brings up a 1st and 10 for West Ridge. They have the ball on their own 38-yard line. 1st and 10. The sophomore quarterback, Trey Frazier, under center. This time they're going to try the near side. Odom dodges some would-be tacklers and carries the ball for a nice gain of about 5 or 6 yards. That'll bring up a 2nd and short. 2nd manageable for West Ridge. And they have that offense clicking right now, getting yardage in chunks on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, and you can watch the Science Hill defense. You're basically supposed to go down the line. They had a defensive guy really miss a tackle, or that would not have picked up the yardage in which it did.
Talked to Odom before the game earlier this week. Calls himself a Swiss Army knife. Plays offense, plays defense, plays special teams. There's Joyner with a nice gain up the middle before he swarmed under by the Science Hill defense. Camille Redford leading the charge there.
I never had a Swiss Army knife, did you?
I never did. I've never been called a Swiss Army knife. I've been
Well,
called a
I
one-trick
know
pony.
I know we've never been called a Swiss Army knife. You're right.
A jack of no trades. Yeah, I've been called it all. It is a 3rd and short as Frazier gets his commands from the sidelines. Just over 4 minutes to play. Science Hill leads West Ridge 21-7.
I'd run this quarterback sneak again, Casey. I don't know if they are, but.
They give the ball around the right side to McLean, and McLean gets just enough from where I'm standing for a first down. Gets the marker. It's a Watauga Orthopedics first down for West Ridge, right near midfield with 3:50 to play.
Fakes it to one running back, gives it to McLean. Almost had a traffic jam there in the backfield, but as you mentioned, he was able to pick up that 1 yard or so for the first down.
So difficult on linebackers. You're just working on their eyes, trying to get them one step out of position, and that's when you see an offense like this break a big one. This time, Frazier back to pass, and that one hops the receiver Odom, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and long.
Well, that time he got out, rolled out to the right, didn't have any help, and almost taken down by Science Hill, so he had to get rid of it a lot faster than he wanted to, and that is what caused that incomplete pass.
A little bit of pressure there by Science Hill, and we've seen that tonight. Big sack by Medina early in the first quarter, and when Frazier's had time, threw a nice ball. Once again, this one goes to McLean, who bounces outside, and he's finally rustled down after a pickup of 15 yards. Baylor necessary, perhaps making a touchdown-saving tackle because Caleb McLean was about to hit another gear.
I mean, you're right. It makes it difficult on the linebackers, especially when you got a little guy. You don't know if he has the ball or not, and you don't see the ball. And by the time you say, oh, he's got the ball, he's already on you. And that's 10 yards down the field.
Give credit to the West Ridge offensive line as well. Playing good football right now. After that, Watauga Orthopedics first down. It's a 1st and 10 for West Ridge. Once again, they've seen something they like around that right end. Another run by McLean. And this time, the tackle is made by Matthew Marsh, the junior linebacker. Linebackers playing well right now, but making the tackle 4, 5, 6 yards down the field.
They are, but I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to give Frazier credit right now. The way you make this offense work is you got to be sneaky, okay? You got to be sneaky. You got to be a magician back there. And so far, that's what he's been.
This time they fake it to McLean and give it to Joyner right up the middle, and he's met by a host of toppers for a short gain. That'll bring up a 3rd and 6 with
Hey,
2.5 to play.
Obviously, the rabbit didn't come out of the hat that time. I mean, Science Hill was they were waiting on it and sat on it and picked him up going through the middle.
Semi-sleight of hand there by Frazier. A great job by the interior. That up front for guys like Ben O'Daniel, Redford, Kevin Amwa had a big play earlier. We talked about the Medina big play, the captain. Playing
This is not the situations you want to be in. I mean, you're looking at a 3rd down and 7 or 8. You want to be a little shorter on 3rd down, but you're on this side of the field. So I'm going to go ahead and say we're in 2-down territory with 2:30 on the clock anyway. So 2 downs to pick up this 1st down.
We'll see how they handle this 3rd down and long with 2.5 to play here in the 2nd quarter. Westridge on the 32. Frazier straight back to pass this time. Going long, got a man, but it's knocked away, and that is the first attempt at throwing the football to Cale Bryant. Bryant went up, tried to high point the football. He's a bit banged up, and that brings up a 4th and 5. Westridge took a shot.
They did take a shot, and it was really a good defensive play. Jacob Julian breaking it up down there. The good thing about Frazier is he put it in a spot where only his wide receiver could catch it.
Bryant, a playmaker for Westridge, a former TV 11 Player of the Week early on in this season.
Oh, you can't go with the cadence. I think he got him with the cadence, Casey. That's going to bring up
very close to a first down.
It's going to be close.
The scoreboard reads 4th and 5.
It looks
My
like
eyes
4th
say
and
4th
6.
and
Yeah.
6.
Me too.
So we'll see what it looks like, but they are giving him a first down.
Well, this official's got long legs.
Scoreboard operator.
They must be taller than us.
Orthopedics first down.
Wow.
First thing to go is the eyes, right?
There you go.
First down and 10 for Westridge on the Science Hill 26-yard line, and Baylor necessary on the run blitz, tried to time it, and the encroachment gives Westridge a gimme first down. Frazier under center. This time they give the ball to Odom around the left side. Odom looking for space, finds none, and he's hauled down after a short gain. Once again, it's Marsh on the tackle.
There is nothing more that will have a defensive coordinator pulling their hair out than when you're on 4th down and 6 and you jump off sides.
First thing you learn are the junior toppers. They say, watch the ball, watch the ball, watch the ball.
Exactly.
But that was a run blitz, and if he times it perfectly, Westridge has no shot if it's one of those run plays. But caught him with that extra step in the neutral zone, and that brings up a 2nd and 10, a little cross-buck action. McLean bounces the ball outside, breaks a tackle, and gets a Watauga Orthopedics first down inside the 15-yard line, but there is a flag on the field. A holding penalty will bring that play back for Westridge. A nice gain by McLean, but it's wiped out.
I mean, penalties coming from everywhere. So, obviously, they had 2 different penalties on the play. And Science Hill will want them to assess the one that's going to take them back the furthest. Once again, I get back to what we talked about in pregame. Justin Hilton talked about is, we can't make mistakes. We can't turn the ball over. Well, this is a mistake. Once again, you're in enemy territory. You're about to try and push it in to score right before the half. And if this penalty is against them, it's going to back them up about 5 or 10 yards.
I want to bring up a conversation I had with Trey Frazier earlier in this week as we see the penalties offset. That'll bring up the 2nd down and long. I was talking to the quarterback, just a sophomore, talking about the game last week and the difficulties they had against Daniel Boone. He says it looks like it will be a holding penalty. He said the first thing he did was got in the film room with Coach Barber on Sunday morning, started to watch film. He said he actually thinks it's a good thing this early in his career to have so many problems that he can look at and critique and become a better quarterback. Very mature way to look at a very difficult night for Westridge last week.
Do you learn more off of looking at your mistakes or what you were doing right?
I think you probably learned more off your mistakes.
Exactly.
And that's exactly the way he handled that 33-0 setback. Once again, got time to pass. Frazier going deep, got a man just beyond the outstretched arms of Bryant as they try to go to their playmaker once again. Nice job holding up by the offensive line. Ball just over the extended arm.
Yeah, he was there. He had gotten up to the inside of the Science Hill defender. Pass was just a little bit overthrown.
Cale Bryant was questionable in this game and haven't called his name a whole lot here in the first half, but good to see him back on the field playing through injury and getting open with the opportunity to make plays. 3rd down and long. Once again, straight back to pass. And this one just wide of the outstretched hands of Bryant, and that'll bring up a 4th down. And once again, a promising drive is thwarted, at least temporarily,
you gotta go
by
for
a
it.
penalty.
You got to go for it. It's 4th and 5 or 4th and 4. It's just over a minute to go before half. And Frazier's coming back in. Or is that Moon?
Yeah, it is. It's Frazier. A little bit longer, 4th and 14 after that holding penalty. So not exactly the kind of down and distance that would favor Westridge and the type of offense they run. But we'll see what they can come up with just over a minute to play. And that's a good start right there if you're a fan of Westridge Wolf football. As once again, Frazier's cadence causes Science Hill to jump off sides, and that'll make it a 4th and 9.
I would not want to be in the locker room with defensive coordinator Nelson, because you're right. That's twice now. Now, this one wasn't as critical as the last one, which gave him a 1st down, but this is twice now.
4th down and 9 for Westridge. 1:03 to play here in the first half. Frazier looking to change the play at the line of scrimmage. 8 seconds to go on the play clock. Still plenty of time. He has his troops set like he likes them. The sophomore signal caller trying to draw the defense off sides, and he cannot do that. So a timeout on the field with 1:03 to play gives us an opportunity to remind you that coming up tonight at 11 o'clock, Sarah Diamond on point. Meteorologist Mark Reynolds are in studio for the day's top stories, the weekend weather forecast. It's News Channel 11 on ABC Tri-Cities and News Channel 11 tonight at 11 o'clock. Also, Kenny, you have Touchdown Friday night coming up at 11 o'clock. And this, obviously, a huge Region 1-6 game. But right down the field, right down the road there, we got another big game in Class 4A tonight.
Yeah, 4A tonight. Elizabethan and Greenville are going at it, of course. If you remember last season, Greenville rolled all the way into the quarterfinals. They were waiting on them was Elizabethan. I don't think a lot of people gave the Cyclones a chance to win that game, but head coach Sean Witten figured out a way to keep Greenville's offense off the field, and that's keep giving it to Bryson Rollins. He carried the ball well over 40 times, and, of course, they were able to pick up the victory over Greenville and go on into the state playoffs, where they would lose in the championship on an interception to end the game.
So here we go, 4th down and 9 for Westridge with 1:03 to play. Out of the timeout, the bootleg. Frazier looking for a man, and
got to get rid of it. Fumble.
A fumble on the play. Ball still rolling, and that is not what Westridge was looking for. A fumble on the play will give Science Hill great field position, but give Westridge credit. It looks like number 54 was the one who went and got that football. Logan Pierce getting some playing time tonight and making the most of it. Saved what could have been a disaster for Westridge.
There you see the replay right there. The very last thing that you could have happen, first of all, even if you turned it over, the last thing you could have happen is to turn it over and then give the ball back to him at about midfield with about 51 seconds to go.
Yeah, East Tennessee Rental replay right on top of it. Great job by our staff field side. Schwartz looking for some room. The spin move up near midfield, and a timeout for Science Hill as they are going to attempt to put some more points on the board with 45 seconds to go here in the first half. It looked like Frazier had some time. Give credit to the coverage of Science Hill because there was no place for him to throw the football.
Yeah,
you try one of those teachable moments. You got to get rid of the football there without turning it over.
I guarantee you when he came out of that huddle with Coach Hilton, the last thing he said to him, do not fumble the football. Do not go backwards. All right? If you don't have anybody open, just throw it away or throw it downfield. If they pick it off downfield, it's the same as a punt if they catch it around the 5-yard line. But the last thing you do is hang on to it and then fumble, and then they pick it up at the 40-yard line.
45 seconds to go here. Science Hill leads it 21-17. It was 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. Westridge put together a nice drive to cut the lead in half, 14-7. But Science Hill came right back midway through the second quarter to take that 21-7 lead. And one of the plays of the game was that touchdown run by Javin Chester, dragging Hunter Wexler into the end zone.
The whole 10 yards at least.
10 yards. Second down and 6. Schwartz looking deep, has got a man, but overshoots the 4-seed said Javin Chester, and that'll bring up a third down and long with 39 seconds to go in the first half.
He had Chester open. I mean, here's the thing. Looked a little bit like Joe Milton there, last season's Joe. Okay, all you got to do is throw it up. I mean, your guy is faster. Just let him run under it, and that's what he had done most of the time in the first quarter.
Put that ball on a little bit of a line, making it a more difficult play. And this time Schwartz nearly gets the corner, but is finally rustled down with under 30 seconds to play. And now it looks like Stacy Carter and Science Hill may be ready to just run out the first half and take their 14-point lead into the locker room.
And I think this is after seeing what happened with West Ridge just a moment ago when they couldn't get off the field. I mean, you're up 21-7. Yeah, take it to the half. Celebrate this at halftime and work on the mistakes that you made, and then come back out in the second half.
That's the way the first half will end. Science Hill leads it 21-7.